Welcome, everyone. Today we are tackling Chapter 1.1 of your Operating Systems course. We're going to unpack the absolute foundational concepts of an OS. Okay, let's dive into this and uncover what this software that silently runs literally every device around us actually is.
Now, if you're a first-year computer science student, you have probably seen this legendary T-Rex cover. Operating System Concepts, affectionately known as the Dinosaur Book, is the absolute gold standard for this subject. And hey, don't worry if these initial concepts sound a bit abstract at first. We're going to break down every single complex layer clearly and effectively so you can fully grasp the foundation.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the big picture, then look at the user's perspective, followed by the system's perspective. After that, we'll clearly define what an OS actually is, and finally, wrap up with why you really need to study this.
Section 1. The big picture. Let's set up the foundational role of the operating system.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core concept through a fantastic analogy straight from the textbook. The author points out that an operating system is similar to a government. Like a government, it performs no useful function by itself. It simply provides an environment within which other programs can do useful work. Think about it. The OS isn't browsing the web or typing up a document for you. It's the ultimate manager, just creating the rules and the space for your browser or word processor to operate flawlessly.
To visualize that structure, you can think of a computer system as being built in 4 distinct layers. At the very bottom, you've got the raw computer hardware. That's your CPU, your memory, and your input and output devices. Sitting directly on top of that bare hardware is the operating system. It acts as a launchpad supporting the third layer, which is the application programs. And then at the very top is us, the user. The OS is basically the perfect buffer, completely shielding you from the sheer complexity of the hardware itself.
Section 2. The user's perspective. Now we're going to zoom in and look at the OS from the shoes of the person sitting right at the screen.
Make a second and think about the device you're using to watch this right now. If you're on a PC or a laptop, the operating system is designed so that you monopolize the system's resources. Its primary goal is just to maximize your productivity or entertainment, using an interface optimized for total ease of use. But what if you're holding a mobile phone? The whole experience shifts. Mobile operating systems focus heavily on touchscreens, voice recognition like Siri, and maintaining a constant cellular connection. Depending on the device, the OS reshapes itself entirely to serve you best.
Section 3. The system's perspective. Let's move to and see how this builds when we flip the script and ask how the computer itself views the operating system. From the system's point of view, the OS is essentially a powerful boss, and it has 2 absolutely critical roles. First off, it's a resource allocator. Your CPU, memory, and storage, those are all incredibly scarce resources. The OS constantly has to make tough decisions about which process gets what resources to ensure the whole system runs as smoothly as possible. Second, it acts as a control program. It strictly oversees the execution of programs, prevents errors, and tightly manages those I/O devices so the system doesn't just descend into total chaos.
Section 4. What is an OS? After looking at these different views, how do we actually define what is included in an operating system?
It's a super common misconception that an operating system is just one big, single block of software. So the crucial point is the concept of the kernel. The kernel is the one central program running at all times on the computer, right from the moment you turn it on. Basically, anything that isn't the kernel is either a system program or an application program. This is the most traditional, foundational definition of an operating system.
But as we all know, the tech world is always evolving. To meet modern demands, especially with the explosive rise of mobile devices, this definition has expanded into a trio. Alongside the kernel, modern operating systems like iOS and Android now include middleware. These are software frameworks that provide extra services, like databases or multimedia, making it way easier for developers to write apps. The third component is system programs, which simply aid in managing the computer while it's running.
Section 5. Why study this? Let's talk about why you really need to care about this subject, beyond just passing an exam.
The reason is actually quite simple. Almost all the code you're ever going to write in the future runs directly on top of an operating system. Understanding exactly how the OS operates and drives hardware isn't just about getting a good grade, it is the fundamental difference between being an average coder and a true software engineer. When you deeply understand things like how memory is allocated or how processes are scheduled, you're going to write applications that aren't just functional, but highly optimized and incredibly secure.
To wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a quick question to spark your curiosity. Take a look at your device right now.
Can you guess how much memory your operating system is silently allocating and how many background tasks it's juggling right this very second just to deliver this explainer to you seamlessly? It's pretty wild to think about. The next time you boot up your computer, try to appreciate the incredible bustling activity happening just beneath that sleek interface. See you in the next one.